The Buffalo Bills have a big problem on their hands, and it reared its ugly head during the victory over the New Orleans Saints. I'm Adam Zientek with A to Z Sports. Let's talk about it. Yes, the Buffalo Bills won the game, and that is the number one point of emphasis. Regardless of how ugly it was, regardless of how close the Saints made it feel, the Bills were victorious. Now, one of the biggest issues during the entire game was the lack of pass rush. What I mean by that is the front four were not getting after Spencer Rattler enough. That was until the very end of the game. I will give them kudos to that. At the end of the game, in the last drive alone, the Bills were able to sack Spencer Rattler twice, and during the entire duration of the game, they were only able to bring him down one other time. Now, Rattler was not efficient with the passing game, but he didn't need to because the Saints just ran all over the Bills. Last season and in the offseason, during the draft, all of that, Buffalo spent important draft capital on investing in their defensive line. They spent a lot of time, talent, and money to try to make sure that that was a point of emphasis coming into this year. In fact, heading into the Week 4 matchup, Sean McDermott expressed how important it was for the front four to generate pressure. And they just kind of weren't able to do it very much in the game. And then we add the run defense. I mean, the Saints ran roughshod over the Bills during the game. But again, the most important thing is the Bills pulled off a victory. Defense was a pain point for fans entering the year. They didn't know what was going to happen in the safety room with Damar Hamlin, Taylor Rapp, Cole Bishop, Jordan Hancock. The team didn't know if the team was going to be able to stop the run with Ed Oliver, Joey Bosa, Deion Walker, TJ Sanders, Landon Jackson, who, in fact, Landon Jackson was a healthy scratch, which is another kind of questionable decision ahead of the game. Plenty of players got their first opportunity at real NFL action, and with Ed Oliver being sidelined, it was a questionable decision to see Landon Jackson not be able to get any reps in. It would have been great to see what the rookie would have been able to do with the defense. Now, I want to say it wasn't all bad news. Again, Buffalo pulled out the victory, but perhaps the greatest defensive play of the season, once again, showing up in big moments, was Cole Bishop. Now, Cole Bishop has gotten a lot of heat. They didn't know if he'd be the guy. Fans were worried about the safety position. But as the Saints were marching down the field to end the first half, where it surely looked like they were going to just run their way into the end zone, Bishop had an unreal one-handed interception, which was the first of his career in the regular season. And my goodness, that deserves to be on the SportsCenter top 10. Let me know in the comments, what do you think the biggest issue with the Bills defense has been? And are you concerned after 4 weeks about their production? Or do you think everything's going to be okay? Joey Bosa showed up in a big moment where it mattered most, but the team honestly really felt the impact of Ed Oliver and Matt Milano's absence. They made a few game day decisions in between the matchup where Tre'Davious White was pulled out for a few series in favor of rookie Dorian Strong after a couple holding penalties, and my goodness, were penalties rampant in this game. Oh my word. The Bills were coming into the game with the least penalized team across the entire NFL, and they were penalized throughout the entire game. To end the first half, James Cook had a run, which resulted in no penalty, and the Bills Mafia were cheering because of it. There's a lot to clean up, and the front four not getting pressure is a little worrisome. But at the end of the day, Buffalo keeps putting up 30 points on the board on offense. Josh Allen puts on his Superman cape. But will that be enough? Will the Bills be able to have a defense good enough to get over the hump is the biggest question. Yes, they were able to beat the unbeaten Saints in Week 4. And yes, the team once again showed up in huge moments in the game. But are they able to sustain that long term? There's plenty to be concerned about. But at the end of the day, I'll say it a million times because it's the most important thing. Finding a way to win in this league is difficult, and Buffalo just continues to do that over and over and over again. It's a great day to be a fan of the Bills Mafia, even with not the prettiest of wins, as Buffalo remains undefeated. Josh Allen looks like one of the best players in football. James Cook looks worth every penny of his contract, and we'll just hope that the pass rush eventually gets there with Oliver and Milano's return. As always, I want to thank my video editor, Jordan. He does an amazing job with these videos. In the wise words of the reigning MVP and Joshua Patrick Allen, go Bills.